AI is evolving fast. Are you ready? Meet AI at FlytBase, your weekly hub to learn, upskill, and stay ahead in AI world. Let's dive into today's session.
The first news is from the Google Gemini Home. Google's. So you might know that the Google has launched their own new model named as Google Omni model. So from the early demos, they say that they can remove watermarks cleanly, replace or swap objects in a scene, handle precise edits while keeping the video looking natural. And they do have a feature of making your AI avatar. So you just scan your face from 360 degrees and it will create an avatar of yourself and you can make videos out of it. And I personally have tried it and it's giving insane results. So if you are into marketing and into the social media and want a quick production videos which you want to make live, you can just try it out right now. You can just go to the labs.google and try out this model. I have personally tried it and I have found it so much useful. Now, the second news is from the Higgsfield itself. So you might know a few days ago they launched something called as a supercomputer, which was something like an AI agents, like all the AI agents, Claude, ChatGPT, anything inside their AI generation platform. So now they have launched something called as a motion design itself inside it with the Sedence and Opus, and as well as the Gemini 3.5 Flash. So in the supercomputer, if you just type in the prompt and given some of the references of the motion graphics, so it can create this kind of crazy visuals without anything. And this is created, they claim this is created in a single prompt, but we both know that you need some kind of iterations to go to this results. But yeah, you can pretty much give it a try where you can achieve this kind of crazy results without any motion designer. Now, the third news is from the Fastlane. So this is something which is blowing up in the market space. So they have just launched an open flow for marketing. It is what they claim right now, but the idea is simple but powerful. So you can chat with your favorite AI like Claude, OpenAI or anything, and Fastlane takes over the entire social media game for you. So what it does, it deploys real social media accounts, creates your own AI influencer, generate a bunch of a viral short form videos, and then automatically post everything across your social platforms like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, wherever you want to post them. All you basically need is your website URL. The agent handles everything rest. So now what you want is you just give your social media you just give your website link. It will create all your social content and post itself on their own. Obviously you need to approve it, but yeah, if you are into marketing space, you need to check this out. Now the fourth news is from the Nvidia. So they have dropped something exciting for the creator and devs working with the video. So they have released the model called as Sana WM 2.6, which is trained on a 2.6 billion parameter, and they've open sourced it. Uh, and the exciting part is it can generate up to 60 seconds of controllable video from just image, text, and camera part. And even a best part, it runs on the single GPU, so it won't take much of your competition. Not camera control like flying through scenes, following path, etc., while keeping the world consistent. I mean, this is a big step towards turning text and images into a fully controllable little worlds. It can be much more easier for a game devs and a game designer to visualize before jumping into the design itself. So yeah, now last but not the least, again itself, it is from the Google. So Google has announced that is getting a lot of hype, which was in their yesterday's Google I/O. So they have just launched something called as Gemini Spark. It's basically their new 24/7 personalized AI agent that proactively manages tasks and handle all your digital life. So you give it a direction and it can jump into on things like going through your emails, drafting personalized replies, sending information, tackling your to-do list, and much more, while it stays under your control. So it's pretty much what all someone need.
Yeah, I think most of you will be saying and listening to me for the first time. I'm Bhimra. I lead website design and development for the FlytBase. For the context, I'm a designer. So just to clarify that I'm not a developer, but recently the big thing we did is we shipped our 200 pages plus site in 10 different locals, so which around 2,000 pages in just 2 weeks. So I'm not going to show the whole process in the short video. I'll give you a basic context, like context of how the process is. And I have created a brand called Brightwell. It's a wellness and mindful app. It's like an opposite to a productivity SaaS apps. Uh, then I'll set the agenda first. So in this agenda, I'll walk you through the process of uh, going from scratch to actually customizable and beautifully built website without getting a slop like you generally get it from your other AI coding tools. So for the first thing, it's not a 5 minute short prompt session like how to get a beautiful result in just a single prompt or PPT that you already see it on YouTube and all. I'm here to tell you the exact process to follow to get the results that you wanted, and we'll explore alongside it uh, the design process from a design system to mood boarding that you usually learn in design schools that you usually follow for before AI era. So who is this for? Any person who is interested in marketing and love to design websites, designers who don't know how to code, any founder who wanted to build their own website or start their own business and before and without relying on other a person to get their website done. Anyone who tried the most important thing is anyone who tried Bolt or Lovable and walked away with slop like it's not my thing, or why I'm not getting the perfect result that I see it on YouTube. So this is best lesson for them to how to achieve that kind of fidelity in our designs. So the basic thing is whenever we start with uh, whenever we use Bolt, we just give it a single prompt like give me a website which is beautiful and all. So I did the same thing. I have asked Lovable as well as Bolt to give me a modern, beautiful landing pages for B2B SaaS platform, and this is what it's come up with. It's a good start, but it's not perfect. Like it's not. It's a generic thing that you can get it from all the AI agents. Same gradients, same glass morphism, surrounded buttons. So in this session, I'll walk you through how not to achieve these kind of uh, designs and get designs like this. So this is fully uh, web coded website, and if you scroll, you can see a couple of interactions, micro interactions. So this is what we are going to explain how to build these kind of websites and these kind of preloaders, these kind of animations. So yeah. So what's the statement here, my AI is a rocket fuel for exploration, but gasoline for slop. The fundamental decides which. AI doesn't pick up like gradients because they like gradient, they like glass morphism. The model is trained on millions of websites. When you ask for a wellness website app, it gives the average of what every website has seen, has built before. The average is purple, glass morphism, rounded corners. That is default, and this is median. And for production level website, this is not acceptable in any case. So what's our usual process design process looks like? The process looks like from researching and discovering, creating mood boards for your app or website that you wanted to build. You create first information architecture. Information architecture is nothing but your number of pages, what are the different sections that might come in your website, your app. Then then from mood boarding to direction, like which design style you wanted to go with. You want a comic website, you want a serious website, you want an interactive website. So this is your step. Then you go from that to creating a homepage, or sometimes the bigger agencies like Pentagram, big design studios usually go with a design system or a style guide page, which has all your colors, your typography, your components, and then they start using those components to create those pages, and they hand off to a developer to create these pages, or to code these interactions. But now on, we don't just hand off things; we take matters in our own hand, and build those things using lovable Bolt or AI. I'm not. I usually follow Cloud Code, but I'm just uh, sharing you the process. Like you can follow it on lovable Bolt or Cloud Code. So why generic? Why generic doesn't convert and Steam converts? Because whenever you prompt something out of any AI coding tool, it gives a generic result. Like uh, why why use it? It's trained on millions of websites. So the best things to go is very being specific about any page. You can't just type like give me a home page. You have to be specific about going each section by section. Always always go for like home page, hero section. What do you want in a hero section? You want a carousel, you want a slider, you want a simple background video. So start that way. I'll explain you the whole process by our example, but just an overview of what these things look like in a zoomed out view. You can always use these tools like Osmo. You can get uh, if imagine if you want to use this kind of component, you don't need to copy the whole code there. You just copy the context for AI. Then it builds this kind of layout for your website. Same for 21st Dev. This is another beautiful website that you can just copy designs, copy interactions. You just have to copy and copy prompt from here, and the AI agents will build you that kind of designs for you. And for backgrounds, I highly recommend exploring shaders, exploring WebGL animations, because modern website is filled with those with interactive backgrounds. So you can always look around. You can always see awards website, like what's uh, uh, what's trending in there, and then you can get inspiration for your design systems. Uh, the design system always follows like uh, how I usually structure my web project is from AI, fixing out the information architecture first, like getting all the pages that I wanted, or any website which have, then creating a mood board, like it's a mood board for ourselves, like how I wanted to envision the website or app. Then I move to Figma, or sometimes I directly move into Cloud Code to get like what are the tokens. Like tokens is nothing but a Figma variables. It's just key. It's a number. Imagine if you want a white background, so instead of going like use hashtag FFF for white color, we simply use colors like use white color, and then you move to a brand page. Brand page is what we call it the style guide here. Then the second important thing would be the naming convention. You have to use a naming convention that everybody in your team is familiar with. It should not be like your uh, Figma Figma layers, like frame 200 to 300, 400. And the last would be AI briefs. And AI briefs is nothing but the actual rules and regulation for to follow your AI agent, which they should not break usually. So information architecture. What's information architecture? So so before starting the project, I usually go like creating these kind of MDs. MDs are nothing but rules for your AI agent to what to follow. Then I start with what are the pages I want. So I can start with like home page, pricing page, style guide page, and I have laid out all the information like what type of section I want and what's the detail in the specific in the specific sections. So the AI doesn't drift apart uh, from your from section you wanted to build, and it helps. So basically it helps to reduce the number of prompts it could build in just a single build or single page or single or on a single prompt. Like if you say I wanted to create a home page, it has all the layers, all the sections here, so it tried to get all the content, and from that it gets your design systems and then build it here. So it's basically important to create an information architecture before touching any design or any mood boards or any AI agent. Then comes the part of mood boarding. So what's mood board? Usually when you wanted to create a uh, app, website, you always have a vision in your mind. So the vision is your mood board. It's something not for everyone. You can start it. I usually start on a Figma board. So it gives me a better understanding of how my visuals should look like, how my spacing, how my theme of the website should look like. So I usually start with Figma. You can always start with any platform you like. You can start with like uh, a Notion page, as well as a couple of other tools like uh, Pinterest. You can create a Pinterest board for it. So it's a small mood board for our reference, like what our vision is going to look like.
Many of the audience would also have the question, like the files which are having the agents.md, architecture.md. So have you created it using AI? How did you create it those? What what was the thought process behind it? Like, could you explain it more? I guess the audience might also have the same questions as well.
MD files are nothing but a markdown version of your document. So usually we create Google Docs, but Google Docs can be on different folder or different files. These AI agents, Claude, use these MDs. So you can set context, you can set rules and regulations to follow. These are just markdown versions, like it gives AI agent what to follow and what to expect. Imagine if you are building an about us page, what type of uh, designs to follow, like what colors you have, what typography, what fonts. So it gives a basic understanding for AI agent to follow that kind of uh, structure. I hope you go.
It's basically your breakdown in a more
Yeah.
structured way.
Yeah.
Okay.
AI agents are trained on these kind of data, so they can pick up very easily, and you also have an basic a dump that you can always follow, or if any other person on your team is getting onboarded, so he can have just look at these kind of docs and get understanding of what we are building and what's rules and regulations. Then we start with tokens. So these are nothing but Figma variables that you always have to you don't have to use like hashtag CUB04, like 6 digit numbers. You can always use lavender color. It reference it, so it has a reference of all the colors you are using, and it references those colors without you having to write those code in the design file. So this is how our design MD looks like. So if you see, it start with colors, different types of colors we use, and the token that we name it like. If I wanted to use any background colors, I could say like use sand as a background color or charcoal as a text. These are different kind of themes. Like uh, if I wanted to use different modes or different themes like dark theme, white theme, or any kind of themes, I usually go with setting of different rules. Like if the background is dark, always use light color. For text, you can play around with typography for eyebrows kind of thing. But these are the hard set rules that usually uh, usually AI accepts and doesn't drift apart from it. Also, I can we can have like a typography. We can have a spacing scales, like which spacing styles to use, as well as the card variants, what type of cards we use, illustration slots, images, masks, like what type of images we are going to use. We have our interactions, motions. Uh, these are these are hard coded, and no designer wants to look at these kind of things. They are overwhelmed by the usually they are overwhelmed by the code, and they don't want to use it. That's why we always start with uh, I'll get page. It's nothing but a rendered version of your MD file. So you can share it with your team, share it with your colleagues to get an idea of how it's built. So it should have like color combinations, like what type of color combination we are using, and these should be accessible and readable. Then we have type scale, different type of heading levels. We have H1, H2, H3. So any agent who wants to build a hero section, he'll get an ID key. We have H1, so we should use that H1. Or if we can just say use type H2 for our heading here, not drifting apart from inventing or getting different kind of anomalies in here. So we have a spacing system, we have different card variations, different cards. Then we have slots for illustrations. We can create bunch of illustrations, like for different kind of things. We have slot B. These are hand-drawn illustrations. These are all, by the way, created by Claude. Then we have some portraits like clientels. Then I have used this kind of masks for throughout the website to give it like a personalized feel to it. So imagine I wanted to use this kind of mask to in uh, some uh, some image or something. Then I can simply say use mask 7 pixel shaped or hex wise. So it knows what to expect and uh, what to create with. It doesn't invent something, and inventing something is like AI thing is very trained upon. It tries to uh, add anomalies in your website, so it just messes up your code base, it messes up your design system, and it doesn't follow it. Then we have these are different kind of image galleries. These are Pinterest. I have got this image from Pinterest. These are not AI generated, but you can get this kind of fidelity using Higgsfield, or the ChatGPT model is quite good nowadays. So you can use those uh, models. Then we have icons and logos. So whenever you want to use different kind of uh, icons for card, it always fetches up like sometimes it invents emojis. So it's an hard rule key. Use this kind of phosphor icon or any library to get this icon from. Then we have interactive components. This is a small project, so we don't have uh, too much components here. But as the project grows, the complexity grows, and it's hard to track those things and track those components. So this is what our design system or style guide page should look like. But this is just a simple step. To build it upon it, you have to be very specific to maintain these kind of things. So uh, any team or any team member who is onboarding will get an idea of how this project is built and how to get from here to different kind of pages.
Should include in the design system. Like without it, it won't be possible to build a website which you are showing right now.
I think the first and primary things are your color systems, a different type of colors, typography, primary and secondary um, font, as well as your uh, corners. So usually AI introduce rounded corners. So it usually gives a specific idea, like specific rules, what type of corners, what type of roundness you wanted to use. So these are uh, primitives that you always have to uh, get there or hard code there. So you get a good result afterwards.
So you are saying like design system is the one thing which is making our website different from the AI slopes which all the builders are giving.
Yeah, definitely. That's the point.
Okay.
Because when AI start designing, it gets all different kind of data from different kind of websites. But when you have hard-coded rules, hard-coded design systems, it uses what actually pre-built and try to use those kind of layouts, fonts, typography, color system to your project.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
So say naming conventions, this is important for scalability. You can always use this card number. You can use this color system. Then we have AI brief. And AI brief are MDs that I just showed you. These are hard fact rules that any AI could, or any new sections, if you are building it, always follow those. Then
Many of the guys here won't know what MD file is. You just explained it before, but how do you create those MD files? Like, what's the process behind it? Like, how do you approach creating those agent MDs and design MDs?
okay, when you start the project, uh, you get a designer cloud.design MD. So this is usually get, but when you use with couple of different agents like anti-gravity and all, they don't follow cloud.md. That's why I have created an agent.md. These are hard rules for AI agents to follow. You can ask any uh, uh, AI agent to create those rules for you. So imagine I want if you come across any issues, like if you are building and your AI agent is using different kind of icons or emojis, you set a context like don't use that, and after a certain amount of iterations, your rules and regulation becomes very much important to go further. So these are nothing but whenever you come across any issues, then you hard code or write it down somewhere, and these are just note for your AI agent. Yeah. So what type of different agents that I just showed you is the design.md and agents.md that you usually see a high AI agent using hyphens, purple colors, and the main important thing is no silent deviations. So even if you have this kind of set on rules, AI tries to break those rules and try to add different kind of iterations without asking you. So it's before starting the project, you have to ask AI agent not to do this. And if you wanted to add a different color or a different card, then it should ask you before putting it there. Then we can have skills. Skills. One second. Skills. These are different from prompts. Prompt is just a sentence. AI is just a specialty. You can build it once, and it every time it gets fetched for, even if you are building a if you are using a color, what type of color you are using. These are different kind of skills. You can get it from internet, like front end design skills. Purpose, you can get it impeccable skills. So these are design skills that you usually get from internet. And apart from it, you can have SEO, simplify. These are different uh, skills that you can get. You plug into your AI agents, and it always follows that set of rules whenever it try to build any section or anything related to it. So different kind of tools you can use for your exploration. I usually go with Figma, Notion, or just a Pinterest board. And for your design systems, you can build it directly in your Figma, as well as there is a new tool called Cloud Design. So you just simply prompt it like what's your typography, what's your color. So it gives you whole design system here. So if you see, these are the colors. These are natural colors. These are uh, semantic surfaces that usually for alerts, if something is wrong, it gives a red color. So we don't have to up, conflict from our design system. So we already set those colors. If something is wrong, then use this color instead of red. These are for a form block. These are animation styles, hover interactions. These are different kind of buttons to go for. You always start with primary button. This is your main button. Then your outline button for secondary use case. Then you can have text links as well as ghost buttons. Then you have different kind of cards, different kind of themes, iconography, image approaches, like how to approach it, your tone of your brand, and these are your word marks, like how to use your brand brand logos.
So, Deborah, just to confirm, the website which you showed earlier, you made the design systems in Claude Design and then gave it to your agent to build the website which you showed, right?
Yeah, sure. I think you can do it from here. You can just share. You can download this as a zip, and you can have like if you are designing it on Cloud Code, you can just hand off to the Cloud Code, and it picks up all the detail from there. And I'll show you the homepage of the website. So these couple of interaction like preloaders is I got it from Osmo. I got it from 21st Dev. You set a context like how things you want it, and when you copy the prompt or copy the context file from here, it already have all the data to how to build it. But you just have to ask AI to follow your design systems. Don't get all those colors from the build. You just have to replace them with your design systems. So you can have these kind of animation interactions. So AI gives you like a couple options or exploration options that you doesn't have to go for Figma, then build it, then design it, and then ask someone to code it. You can just ask in simple words like, I wanted to have these kind of interactions. If you have some reference, you can add this reference to your Figma, your Claude, or any AI agent you are building. It uses accessible colors. I have set already rules like which colors, what kind of themes to use. So it always follows these kind of themes, and these are all interactive. It doesn't like images or something like that. It's interactive elements that you can ask for any hover interactions and different kind of this drag interactions. I have created this using ChatGPT. These are not product images. These are just, I've set a rules like use these kind of colors, fonts, and typography, and ask it to give me a dashboard for our Bright 12 website. So these are AI generated one, and this is some interaction I really like from Osmo. I can show it from here. Just a second. So this is the animations, and if you can see, these are different kind of fonts. I just copy the context, and I asked our AI agent to build this in our font in our color system. So it's just a single prompt. It gave me this kind of result. Same with the typography, these interactions, and finally this CTA. And these kind of different kind of, if you see preloaded animations, these are really cool looking interactions that you can get it from any free or paid tools. Get the context and ask your AI agent to build this kind of these kind of experiences. So in this way, we have created our 200 plus pages with 10 different languages without drifting apart from our design systems. The migration is done in just 2 weeks, and we have around 253 deploys, like 253 different iterations, updates to our design systems. But it doesn't break the code or break your design system. It always adds top up of your design system or your code base. So if we have like a if you would have done it in Webflow, the localization would have cost like $350 per month. But with this stack, with Lovable or uh, uh, Claude, you can do it for $20 a month with the subscription from uh, the agent, AI agent coding tool. So, a couple of things I wanted you to take it from this session is AI use speeds and fundamental user brand. How AI user speeds it reduces time from Figma to code. It gives you exploration options, like you can just ask it for different kind of iterations, different kind of animations, and it gives you a couple of different options without going to drawing board, and it follows your design entries and your colors, your typography. Then we have different kind of rules to set for agents, design your information architecture. Sometimes when the project scales, you always have different kind of rules for routing, localization, translations. It adds upon it, and the more it gets rules and it follows it the way, and you scale your website, so it follows that uh, system without breaking your um, design system. Yeah, I think that's it from my side. If you have any questions, like I'm happy to uh, take.
Next is you need to unmute yourself as well. Be shy, you can unmute yourself and ask the question as well. And if you are a little bit shy, you can just drop your questions in comments as well. So we do have a questions, Bimrao. So Ananya has asked what tools or stacks are currently best for scalable AI assisted front end development.
I would say there's not nothing a perfect tool for it. You always have to explore what type of iterations that's possible in the tool. I usually use anti-gravity because it gives you like an zoomed out view of different type of files you have, different kind of code base, and you can just ask for like update this. You can uh, have all the imageries in these cards. So it's basically how you approach it. And if you go with Plot desktop app also, it uses the same options, but it gives much more design friendly interface.
Yes. It's about ID, what you are saying. Like you prefer the Google anti-gravity rather than VS Code and all.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, can AI generated UI ever truly follow good UX principles without human system thinking?
I think generally when it started, the AI started, it doesn't usually follows it. But when the things are getting updates, like skills were never been a part of Claude when they started, but they introduce skills. So they saw the design and the AI is drifting apart. So they have to set a rules. And also in Lovable, you can set a rules or set a design systems. So if you follow that kind of thing, it it was trained. It is trained. The AI agent is trained upon a lot of website design fundamentals. So it tries to follow it, but if it doesn't have a right path or right direction, it tries to grab different kind of items, different kind of layouts from different kind of websites, and it messes up your the whole design field.
And I guess Lovable now have something called as skills as well. So you can train it on your own set of instruction and make a different skill for different themes which you want, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes. Now the other question is, have you seen any AI generated website that has genuinely impressed you in a production, proper production?
I think the member stack website, if I can
Okay.
open it. This is fully AI built. I think they have a full video on how they migrate from Webflow to here with these kind of design systems. You can find it on YouTube. It's a great resources to anyone who wants to create this kind of website which doesn't look like a slop. And these all interactions are also built using Cloud.
There's a question like, did you use those hundreds of pages? We currently on Webflow and want to switch to AI-powered platforms. Okay. So able to create those 200 pages which you said, because they are currently using the Webflow and they want to switch it to the AI-powered platforms.
I think this is the best time to explore from your no coding tools like Framer or Webflow. These platforms are built for specific audience, so it has a different kind of rules, different kind of options, like you can't export you can't import a different code directly into Webflow. So exploring these apart from Webflow, you have options like Lovable. You can create a 5 to 6 pages website on Lovable, and it's possible for 200 pages also. But it comes down to the visibility of your code base, visibility of your pages. Lovable doesn't give you a code base like what different kind of pages you have, different kind of layers you have. So that's why I usually go with IDs which have a zoomed out view of your whole project.
Oh, that answers your question. And if you have
Hi,
follow-up
can I
questions,
also add?
okay, yes, sure.
Yes.
First,
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm
people know who
Vishali.
you are.
I work with Aryan and Mihim on this interesting project. And one thing that I have noticed, which requires quite a bit of a mindset shift, is that everybody complains and thinks that, all AI pages look exactly the same. But there are two things to it. One is a very well-defined design system can actually stop you from generating slop that every other page creates. And if you have to think about a website, if you're building a website, you probably would have 100 typical odd pages, out of which only 10% will be showcase pages. That is your home page, some particular product pages, some industry pages. Every company will have, and if you have a scale of 100 to 200 pages, will have only 10 to 20% showcase pages, but rest everything are resource pages, like your blog homepage. Your blog's main page, or the interior pages, the CMSs, the webinar page, the case studies, resources. They typically have at the end of the day a similar pattern that you follow. All the webinars you saw in some kind of a block structure, and then you have a gated page, the detailed page. They don't need a lot of uniqueness at every time. Of course, you can have a defined header, like some kind of uniqueness to it, but then at the end of the day, it is not so difficult, or they don't really look very different in all the websites if you do a little bit of website research. And then what happens is, just because you are trying to not make the website look like all other AI websites, and you are not going for a custom or a stack or leveraging AI to the maximum, where 80% of your page can be built just through a prompt-based engine instead of building in components and putting in components together. Think about the time save that you have, and you can actually use that remaining time to bring in creativity to your showcase pages. So make your home page extremely, make it creative. Use any kind of scrollytelling integrations, or any kind of animations that you want to put those dedicated efforts on those couple of showcase pages, which is just like, there'll be 7 to 8 maximum, I'm assuming, depending of course on the scale of your company. But then the rest, the chunk, you have possibly an FAQ page, a glossary page, or all the resource kind of different pages. They all have, at the end of the day, similar kind of layouting in every website. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. And it's more important to optimize for that, because you're probably publishing a blog every week, or you're creating webinars every week. So those are the page where you generally make a lot of updates. Your homepage, probably you're not updating it every day. You're probably creating some campaign pages here and there, but imagine doing it in in a chat based interface where all you need to do is like just type in, have a reference image that is, this is some inspiration that I really like. You copy paste that inspiration, I mean, just put it out on the chat, and then it tries to mimic that based on your design system. How cool is that? Because in Webflow, you're building in component by component every time, which is such a time consuming affair. Like once you move to this stack, you will not feel like going back to any of the framer Webflow, unless you're like a designer at heart, and that is what you really thrive to do. But beyond that, if you're just a marketer who needs to just push out different campaigns, try A/B testing, figure out, okay, is this messaging working, not working, and like make spin up pages like in an hour or 2 hours, which is if you have the layout in mind, you don't have to translate that whole thing in a document, pass it over to a Webflow designer or developer, and who will then design it. It's so simple, it's so easy. I would like highly recommend for everyone with smaller teams, lean teams, who don't have like very complicated websites. And even if you do, like FlytBase has a pretty complicated website itself. It's just, if you invest in that infrastructure once, it is going to pay you off significantly in terms of efficiency and speed. Okay, that's it.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much. Okay, so the next question is, once the website is in Lovable, if you don't continue subscription, then website is not working. I guess the simple solution is maybe you push it to GitHub and then deploy it somewhere. I
Yeah,
guess.
you can deploy it on Versal. Versal offers a hobby plan, so you can deploy it there. All your data is on GitHub, so it's easy for, you can just ask ChatGPT or Claude or any different agent to how to get your GitHub project to Versal. So around you can update it, or you can have your website live in like $20, or assuming if you don't have custom or you have a portfolio, then you can do it for a $0.
Changes, you can just clone the GitHub repo, just like the Bimrao showed in any of your IDs, and do the changes using any of the agents with just prompting, just how the Bimrao showed. So yeah, I hope this answers your question. Inaya has asked, what's your process for maintaining consistency across large AI generated project, especially the front end design?
I think as I already showed you, it's your MD files, it's your design system files. You always ask it to follow and use those kind of regulations. So if you want a new page, it always follows that kind of structure, that kind of color systems, so it doesn't drift apart. If you ask for it, like specifically use different colors, then it becomes hard to track those different colors, different typography into your design system or your Claude.design.md file. So always start with your Claude.md or design.md, or just regularly start from your Figma design system page, or you can just create a style guide page on Figma, and then ask Claude or ask Lovable to get that page and use that for your backend, or use that for your design stuff.
Okay, so Prashant, yes, you can get the recorded versions of the today's session. I'll just send the link in the comment box so you can just go through it. Shravan has asked, can you please list the tools that were used to build the website which you showed, like the Brightwell website?
Okay, we can include those things in the same link. Mostly you can, the best thing you have is awards. It's free tool. Just go over there, explore the interactions, just get an idea of how these things are built. They always have some description of what tech they are using, and you can just screenshot that thing and ask your Lovable or Claude to design it like that. It doesn't give you like 100% result, but you always have to have a conversation with it, like what's getting wrong, what's the bugs, what the issues, and by small steps, you end up getting that interactions for your website.
Beam, I
Stefan, I
think
guess.
the question is around what are the different kinds of tools we used, like Claude Code or ID, what environment, Sanity, CMS, which environment was it? I think that one, if you have it somewhere.
Yes, actually.
So yeah, we for design stuff, I used Claude Code in anti-gravity ID. So they have a extension. So if you see here, it's an extension. It's a Claude extension for your design stuff. You can use their native. Let's see here. You can use their native Gemini Pro or this thing for your design stuff. For framework, I went with Next.js. It's it's usually widely used a framework that most of the website that you see are built upon, and the AI is uh, trained mostly on these kind of React components and all. So you can have this framework to get started. And for CMS, you can use Sanity. Sanity also has an MCP with Cloud Code, so you can just plug it there, and it's just asking for changes like use add these kind of add 10 authors or 10 different kind of blogs. You can give like an Excel sheet to your Cloud Code and ask it to update on Sanity. So Sanity will be your CMS. Front end would be your Next.js project. All the repos, all the code is sitting on GitHub, and we deployed on Vercel. So these are the different tools you use basically for a larger website or a larger project. But if you wanted a single project or single file or a single page, sorry, you can get started with Lovable, or if you have like a patience to go through all these tools, then you can obviously use this tech stack.
Yes, thank you, Bhimrao. I had one question. Like, yeah, I heard you saying Osmo, like Osmo or something like multiple times. What was it? Yeah.
I think my screen is visible. It's a design community that it have pre-built interactions. Currently, it's paid, but when I got it, it was free there. It was built by Dennis. He's a great developer, so he created these kind of animations that it have some offers going on. You can just get these kind of components and use it for your project.
Okay, so Osmos is basically a library of interactions which you can use directly inside your agents and tell them to replicate in your websites, right?
Yeah.
There might be
there are different kind of options out there.
Yeah.
You can use 21st Dev. This is also a good community that have all the React interactions. That if you see here, these are all clonable sites. You can just copy this prompt and you are good to go.
Yes.
But this only works, Beam, only if you're building on a Next.js stack, right? Yeah. So like similar to how Webflow had their own component library, this is if you're building it on the Next.js, this will really help. And actually, they are pretty good and more. I mean, there are better options because Webflow had certain limitations in terms of components as well. The other thing that is really interesting is you have. I don't know how many people had this concern or had faced this earlier. Every time you want to put an icon, you had to like really build one in Figma with a particular style. And at least we used to do that. We had a complete icon library. But instead, Bhim just found an alternative where you have a library that exists, Phosphorus, or which you can just integrate with your website, and now all the icons there are all of a particular style, so it will not look weird. If you're a designer, you realize that there are some icons which are filled, some are stroke, there are a particular line weight, and if you want to maintain that ATD, all of that becomes very important. And so such icon library really help. You don't need to create an icon for everything. You can just use. I don't think this is possible in Webflow. Correct me if I'm wrong, Beam.
It's possible in framework, but they also use this Phosphor icon library. It's easy to integrate. You just integrate like use their MCP, and whenever you want to add icons, it fetches those icons with the correct tagging. So each icons have different kind of tags, so it matches what you are looking for and gets that icon in your style. Like if you want a filled one, if you want a just stroke one, it gets those. Icons to your project directly without you have to go to copy your SVG and then paste it there. It the MCP gets your job very neatly and very efficiently without you have to copy paste a couple of different things and couple of variations.
Yeah, if possible, we can just share a quick list or a doc where there are all the resources which you just told in the session as well. I hope this answers your questions.
Yes, yes, thank you. It's very helpful actually. One last question I had, like if I start, let's say I want to start building a new website, then what would be your suggestions? I should be going and first building all my .md files and then start with the project, or it will be like parallelly I should be updating these MD files. Is it how it works out?
I think when you start from scratch, you always have a vision. You need a vision board or a canvas to put your ideas. So before anything, get a canvas like Figma, open canvas, dump your ideas there. And when you dump your ideas, you get different kind of similarities, patterns. So if you have like 100 images, you kind of see what colors you want. So just get these primitive things, your colors, your typography, and your interactions. And if you like, you can have like a illustrations library. Get this primitive ready, and you can ask like this Claude or Lovable also. You can have like these are my colors, these are my tone of my website, these are typography you want to you have to use, and these are the interactions that I wanted to use. Like use different kind of bounce effects, smooth interactions. So that's the good process to start from a open canvas and then jump to Claude. And if you get familiar with it, you get a hang of it, then you can always start directly from there. But as a designer, I studied Figma. I used XD. That's my sweet spot. So before testing it, any Claude or design AI agent, I start with Figma.
Yes,
But most of the job is done by AI agents only. I go there just to dump my ideas.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
that was very helpful actually. Thank you, Imran.
So as you asked the question, most of the things I started when I started vibe coding. That was my first issue. I started jumping directly onto Claude or Lovable, and I was not getting that kind of results like if you see on YouTube. And I was really frustrated. Like, why is that? So then I studied a bit like how they are getting that result. Then I found a methodology to get your design systems, get your design process first, and then your coding, your development is handled by uh, these AI agents, and they are pretty good with it. So if you just share a screenshot like what you are building, and they'll be easy for them to pick up those things and create or develop that component for you.